some people have these, and it's really the wrong way to think about life. It's like, no, we're not victim. Don't think yourself as a victim, right? Because you can infinitely think yourself as a victim of something, and that's just kind of a position of powerlessness. You want to take control of the problems and whatever and try to fix it, and not to, even if you have a traumatic childhood or what have you,
Yeah.
it's still up to you to how to
Essentially, every
interpret that.
single you have to examine every single thought, like ideally. This is literally where my life led me because one of my saving mantras became that don't believe everything you think. That
Yeah,
is such a meta wisdom because
yeah,
if you remember that and you start getting like, I'm doing this and this, if you start going down that route, you kind of you remember. Oh wait, not a sec. Wait a second. Yeah, yeah, no, that's just some bullshit thought. And eventually you can make it into a habit where you just don't do that anymore because you realize, yeah, these are just some thoughts, but if they're not productive and they're not helping you and they're not improving your life, why have those thoughts? This is where I think it's crucial because I know for myself it is possible. Like it's a day and night because surely, of course, we've all been there, but I remember where the states where I didn't know anything about what I know now, and you would just be getting lost. You would be literally those thoughts. You'd be thinking that, oh yeah, I am sad, and you'd be really believing that thought. But now you're just like, yeah, that's just a thought. And it literally happens to me sometimes where you're like, I'm detecting a thought. I'm like, oh yeah, this is some bullshit. And I just forget about it. Dude, it's such a superpower.
yeah,
I am so happy these days just because of that alone, because I am actually able to. Yeah, you know what? That's blah, 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 blah. Who
yeah,
cares? Go away. And then it
whatever.
goes away. Yeah. Like I don't care. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what this is. I don't know who's saying these things
So
in my mind.
so in
I
that
don't have
way,
to
it's
listen to this.
it's like you can't trust yourself and
You
whatever you're
see, this is
thinking.
not
You know?
yourself. This is the trick. This is people equate themselves with thoughts.
Right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Exactly.
This is the
Exactly.
whole point
That's the
behind
problem.
meditation and spiritual way of life is that you realize that that's not your identity because in that reality thoughts literally control you, control your experience, control your reactions. But once you are able to distance from them and see them, oh, yeah, that's not me. If they're here, if the thoughts are here and I'm detecting them and I'm seeing them, they're not you.
Right.
That's just
Exactly.
logic. It just
Yeah.
takes kind of repetition and um,
Because
investigation
I
to really embody it and
I
understand it.
also I also think that a lot of the issues comes with it is that we're very afraid to deal with this ego, so to speak, because we identify as this kind of like, okay, we all have a name, right? We register ourselves as identifying as this name, this person, this history, but that's the problem. You are identifying with these things that kind of make beliefs, or some are based on fact, like what happened to you or your childhood history or whatever all that is, right? But you're identifying with that. And the problem is, I think it's very scary for people to, this is almost forbidden. People don't like to kind of uh, playing around with their identity too much because it can make you crazy. Because literally, you're like,
Right,
it
because it,
depends on
it can
how
be a bit
you.
scary.
It can be scary, right? Because it's this kind of, if you get detached so much from that, then there could be a possible kind of ramification that's kind of negative, where you're like, I literally are coming apart. Basically, it's like having a dissociative kind of
Well,
state of
that's
mind,
yeah,
right?
that's some of those mystical and spiritual experiences are essentially about that because I've read a lot about such experiences from other people like online where they seriously like some people would have it out of nowhere too, like not because they were seeking it, not because they took some stuff or were meditating. They would just have that experience of suddenly like whoa, blowing up to the size of the universe and then like experiencing that clearly, like having a proper uh, memory of that experience being left with them afterwards. We're like, okay, if
That
that's
just happened.
possible, if that just happened, if I like, what am I then? You know, that's a
Right.
mind blower that will send you on a lifelong search after that. Because like, you have to derive meaning from that now. You have to understand what that means to
Yeah.
your identity, to who you are, to what the world is, to what reality is. It completely throws everything that you've known out of the window.